I want to share with you a powerful technique that can transform your life. It's called the 4 a.m. trick. This technique isn't just about waking up early, it's about rewiring your brain for success and banishing those negative thoughts that hold you back. You see, our thoughts have incredible power. They shape our reality, influence our actions, and ultimately determine our success. But if we're constantly plagued by negative thoughts, doubts, and fears, how can we expect to achieve our dreams? Neuroscience tells us that our brains are incredibly malleable. They can be rewired through deliberate practice and intention. That's where the 4 a.m. trick comes in. It's a method to literally brainwash yourself for success. Let me break down how it works. At 4 a.m., your brain is in a unique state. It's transitioning from deep sleep to wakefulness, and during this time, your subconscious mind is highly receptive to new programming. First, set your alarm for 4 a.m. with a clear intention in mind. This simple act can set the tone for your entire day and even transform your life. It's not just about waking up early, it's about waking up with purpose and determination. When you set your alarm for 4 a.m., you're making a commitment to yourself and your goals. It's a time when the world is still and quiet, allowing you to connect deeply with your inner thoughts and aspirations. Use this early morning hour wisely. It's your opportunity to plant seeds of intention that can blossom throughout the day. As you wake up at 4 a.m., resist the temptation to hit the snooze button or linger in bed. Instead, take a few moments to center yourself. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Visualize your goals and dreams as if they've already become your reality. Imagine what it feels like to achieve your goals. Picture yourself living the life you've always desired, whether it's success in your career, fulfilling relationships, vibrant health, or financial abundance. See yourself in vivid detail, experiencing the joy, fulfillment, and satisfaction that come with achieving your dreams. Visualizing your goals as already accomplished sends a powerful message to your subconscious mind. It shifts your mindset from doubt and uncertainty to confidence and belief. You're programming your brain to expect success and to recognize opportunities that align with your vision. Use this time to reaffirm your intentions for the day ahead. Set specific goals and intentions for how you want to show up in the world. Whether it's taking proactive steps towards your career, nurturing your relationships, or prioritizing self-care, clarify what actions will bring you closer to your dreams. Write down your intentions in a journal or notebook. Writing helps to solidify your commitment and serves as a reminder throughout the day. It's like creating a roadmap for your success, a tangible guide that keeps you focused and motivated. Moreover, waking up at 4 a.m. allows you to harness the quiet energy of the early morning hours. The world is still asleep, and there's a sense of calm and clarity in the air. Use this peaceful time to meditate, pray, or engage in mindfulness practices that align with your spiritual beliefs and values. As you cultivate this early morning ritual, you're cultivating discipline and resilience. You're training yourself to prioritize your goals and aspirations, even when it requires effort and sacrifice. This dedication sets a positive tone for the rest of your day and reinforces your commitment to personal growth and achievement. As you wake up, resist the urge to check your phone or get distracted. Instead, take a few moments to connect with your inner self. Breathe deeply and feel gratitude for the day ahead. Next, grab a journal or a notebook and write down your new story. This step is crucial in the process of reshaping your life and achieving your dreams. Writing helps to clarify your thoughts and solidify your intentions. It's like creating a blueprint for the future you want to build. Start by imagining the person you aspire to become. Who is this person? What qualities do they embody? How do they interact with the world around them? Visualize yourself in vivid detail, living your ideal life with clarity and purpose. Use positive language to describe your future self. Instead of saying, I don't want to be stressed, say, I am calm and composed in all situations. Instead of focusing on what you lack, focus on what you want to attract into your life. For example, I am financially independent and secure, or I am in a loving and supportive relationship. Be specific about your goals and aspirations. Write down exactly what you want to achieve, whether it's related to your career, relationships, health, or personal growth. Describe the milestones you want to reach and the steps you need to take to get there. Imagine your ideal future in vivid detail. Picture yourself waking up in the morning, feeling energized and excited about the day ahead. Describe the activities you engage in, the people you surround yourself with, and the places you visit. Envision every aspect of your life unfolding exactly as you desire it to be. Writing down your new story helps to reinforce your commitment to change. It's not just about daydreaming or wishful thinking, it's about taking proactive steps towards creating the life you want. By putting your dreams on paper, you're making them tangible and real. Moreover, writing has a powerful effect on the brain. When you write down your goals and aspirations, you activate the creative and logical parts of your brain. You engage both your imagination and your rational thinking, which helps to align your thoughts and actions with your desired outcomes. As you write, focus on the positive emotions associated with achieving your goals. Feel the excitement, the joy, and the sense of accomplishment as if these experiences are happening right now. This emotional engagement strengthens your commitment and motivates you to take inspired action. Your journal is also a safe space to explore your innermost desires and fears. Use it to reflect on any limiting beliefs or negative thought patterns that may be holding you back. Challenge these beliefs and replace them with empowering affirmations and declarations of what you want to create in your life. By scripting your future in this way, you're sending powerful signals to your brain. You're telling it that this is your reality now. Remember, the brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's vividly imagined. Now comes the crucial part, elevating your emotions. This step is where the magic happens in rewiring your brain for success. It's about more than just imagining your new reality. It's about feeling it deeply within yourself. Start by finding a quiet place where you can sit comfortably and relax. Close your eyes to shut out distractions from the outside world. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, let go of any tension or stress you may be holding on to. Imagine yourself in your ideal future. See yourself living the life you've always dreamed of. Visualize every detail, your surroundings, the people around you, the activities you engage in. Make the scene as vivid and real as possible in your mind's eye. Now, here's the key. Don't just see it, feel it. Engage your emotions as if you are experiencing this reality right now. Feel the joy bubbling up inside you, the sense of accomplishment and fulfillment. Let these positive emotions wash over you like a warm wave. If your goal is financial success, imagine the freedom of having abundant wealth. Feel the security and ease that financial independence brings. Picture yourself making a difference in the lives of others with your newfound resources. Or perhaps your dream is to find true love. Visualize yourself in a loving relationship, surrounded by warmth and affection. Feel the love and connection between you and your partner as if it's already a reality in your life. Whatever your aspiration, immerse yourself fully in the emotions associated with achieving it. Let go of any doubts or disbelief. This is your time to believe wholeheartedly in your dreams and desires. As you continue to focus on these positive emotions, notice how your body responds. You may feel a sense of lightness or warmth spreading through your chest. Your facial muscles might relax into a smile without you even realizing it. These physical sensations are signs that your body is responding to your emotional state. By consistently practicing this emotional elevation technique, you're training your brain to associate these positive feelings with your desired outcomes. You're creating a powerful link between your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Science tells us that emotions are like a language that communicates directly with our subconscious mind. When you feel joy, success, and fulfillment, you're sending a clear message to your brain that this is what you want more of in your life. Your subconscious then works to align your thoughts and behaviors with these feelings. It's important to note that this isn't about wishful thinking or pretending. It's about embodying the emotions of your future reality so convincingly that your brain begins to believe it's already happening. This shifts your mindset from hoping for success to expecting it as a natural outcome. As you practice elevating your emotions each morning, you're laying down new neural pathways in your brain. These pathways become stronger with repetition, making it easier for you to maintain a positive outlook and take inspired actions toward your goals. Emotions are the language of the subconscious mind. When you combine a clear vision with elevated emotions, you're literally reprogramming your brain for success. You're creating new neural pathways that support your goals. Lastly, repeat this practice every morning. Consistency is key because it helps to retrain your brain effectively. When you do something repeatedly, like waking up early at 4 a.m., scripting your new story, and feeling the emotions of your desired future, you strengthen the neural pathways in your brain. Imagine your brain as a forest of pathways. Each time you practice the 4 a.m. trick, you're like a gardener tending to these pathways. At first, the path might be faint and overgrown with doubts and old beliefs, but with each repetition, you clear away the weeds of negativity and reinforce the path toward your new reality. Scientists call this process neuroplasticity. It means that your brain can change and adapt based on your experiences and behaviors. When you consistently engage in positive thoughts and emotions, you're literally reshaping your brain. It's like carving out a new trail in that forest, making it easier for your thoughts and actions to align with your goals. Think of athletes or musicians who practice daily. They don't become skilled overnight. It takes consistent effort and repetition. In the same way, by consistently practicing the 4 a.m. trick, you're honing your mental skills. You're training your brain to focus on what you want to achieve rather than what you fear or doubt. Repetition also helps to anchor your new story deeply within your subconscious mind. Your subconscious is like the autopilot of your brain. It guides many of your thoughts, feelings, and actions without you even realizing it. By repeating your new story each morning, you're programming your subconscious to support your goals and aspirations. Each morning, as you wake up at 4 a.m. and go through the steps of scripting your future and feeling the corresponding emotions, you're sending a powerful message to your subconscious. You're saying, "This is who I am now. This is the life I am creating." And as your subconscious absorbs this new information, it starts to influence your decisions and behaviors throughout the day. Over time, as you continue this practice, the neural connections that support your new story become stronger and more established. It's like reinforcing a bridge. You make it sturdy enough to support the weight of your dreams and aspirations. As these neural connections strengthen, your beliefs about what is possible for you also start to change. Your brain operates on the principle of efficiency. It likes to conserve energy by following familiar patterns and pathways. When you consistently practice the 4 a.m. trick, you're creating new, more empowering pathways. Your brain begins to default to thoughts and behaviors that align with your goals and dreams. Now, I know this may seem unconventional to some, but trust me, the results speak for themselves. When you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your desired outcome, you become a magnet for success. You have the power to shape your reality. By practicing the 4 a.m. trick, you're taking control of your life and stepping into your full potential. It's about brainwashing yourself for success and leaving behind those limiting beliefs. Transitioned into the familiar past or the predictable future, and the body has become the mind of the past, or the predictable future? Would you agree? Then the body would say, what are you doing? And the body would say, listen, let's get you thinking like you've been thinking. 90% of the thoughts that we think on a daily basis are the same thoughts as the day before. So if you think that your thoughts have something to do with your destiny, and 90% of your thoughts are the same known thoughts that you're always thinking, then your life should stay the same, because the same thoughts lead to the same choices. The same choices lead to the same behaviors. The same behaviors create the same experiences. The same experiences produce the same emotions. Those same emotions tend to influence the way we think, and our biology, our neurocircuitry, our neurochemistry, our hormones, and even our gene expression is equal to how we think, how we act, and how we feel. And how you think, how you act, and how you feel is called your personality, and your personality creates your personal reality. That's it. If you want to create a new personal reality, a new life, you're going to have to change your personality. And you've got to start thinking about what you've been thinking about and change it. You've got to become aware of your unconscious habits and behaviors, even how you speak. And you have to look at the emotions that you live by every single day and decide, do these emotions belong in my future? So many people try to create a new life as the same person. In order to create a new personal reality, you've got to change your personality. So the principle in neuroscience says that nerve cells that fire together wire together. Thinking the same way, making the same choices, demonstrating the same actions, creating the same experiences that stamp the same networks of neurons into the same patterns, all for the familiar feeling called you. And you do that for 10 years in a row. Well, you're going to hardwire your brain into a very finite signature because you're firing and wiring that way. And that box in the brain, that becomes our personality, becomes our identity. And by the time we're 35 years old, for the most part, we've done something so many times that the body now knows how to do it as well as the mind. And that's a habit. So we have these unconscious programs of behaviors, automatic habits, redundant emotional reactions, hardwired beliefs, perceptions, attitudes that function just like a computer program. You press go and it runs automatically. When it comes time to change, thinking positively is going to do nothing because your body has been conditioned for the most part into a program in the past. Thought never makes it to the body because the body's on a different program. How do we begin to influence the body so that the thought actually produces some type of change? Think about it. If you think an unhappy thought, you're going to feel unhappy. If you think you're a failure, you're going to feel like a failure. Once you feel like a failure, you're going to think you're a failure. And people get caught in these loops of thinking and feeling and feeling and thinking. And that redundancy is a conditioning process because all you need is an image or a picture or a thought and a feeling and a response, stimulus response. And so people tend to condition their brain and body into the past. When it comes time to change, you've got to leave that familiar territory. And any choice that you make, if you said, hey, I'm going to eat a better diet, I'm going to wake up early and work out, I'm going to do meditation, the moment you decide to do something differently, get ready because it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel unfamiliar. There's going to be some uncertainty. You're not going to be able to predict the next moment. That means you've left your known biology and you're stepping into the unknown. Theoretically, that sounds great. But if the body has been conditioned into a familiar feeling, it's in the known. The moment you take it outside the familiarity, it wants to go back to where it's comfortable. Repeating it over and over again is sustaining or maintaining those connections, and that's called memory. So they memorized what they were doing by physically practicing or personalizing what they learned. Make sense? Standard simple. It took the second group of people, and they said, listen, we want you to play 2 hours a day for 2 weeks. We're going to scan your brain before and after, but you know what we're going to do? We're not going to tell you how to play anything. You just come and do whatever you want, play whatever you want. So at the end of 2 weeks, guess what happened to them? Nothing. You know why? Because they couldn't remember what they had learned the day before, and they couldn't remember what they played the day before, and they had no structure. They got no instruction and no knowledge to be able to apply it to make some steady circuits. It took the third group of people, and they said, listen, don't even show up. Don't even create your day. Same thing. Nothing happens. Last group of people, they said, listen, we want you to come 2 hours a day for 2 weeks. We're going to show you these one-handed exercises. But instead of you physically playing the piano, we want you to mentally rehearse over and over again those exercises. We know you're going to get tired, so we'll nudge you and we'll keep you awake, but you practice for 2 hours a day and you keep repeating those. At the end of 2 weeks, they rescanned their brain, and guess what happened? Same area of the brain lit up as if they were actually playing the scales. Now, you know what that means? They grew new circuits in their brain just by thinking about it, just by thinking, just by rehearsing. Now, every time we learn something new, we make new circuits in the brain. If you learn anything new, learning is making a new connection in the brain, new neurological connection. Memory is maintaining or sustaining those connections, keeping them alive. And the only way that we maintain and sustain connections in the brain is by repetition. Repetition allows the neurons to develop a long-term relationship. So these people every single day made it the most important thing. They gave up their social engagements. They gave up television. They said, I'm going to rehearse. I'm going to mentally rehearse the greatest ideal of myself every single day. And as long as I keep doing it every day, what's going to happen to those circuits? They're going to light up and become the more sustainable circuits, to act as a platform of who they will become in the future. During this process of rehearsal, while they were sitting down rehearsing who they were going to be, just like the piano players rehearsing over and over again, they had long moments where they lost track of time and space. In other words, they became so involved with what they were doing that when they opened their eyes or they lifted up their eye masks or when they turned the lights on in the room, it was 2 hours later and it only seemed like 5 minutes. They were so involved with what they were doing that they lost the feedback of the body, they lost the feedback from the environment, and they lost track of time. And the moment that that happens, geniuses. That's the moment we walk through the door to the quantum field. And that is the moment, by the way, according to neuroscience, that we repattern and rewire the brain. And by the way, guess what part of the brain is the most active when we do that? The frontal lobe, because isn't it true that we're making thought more real than anything else in that moment? And because the frontal lobe is the orchestra leda, it has its connections to the rest of the brain. And what it does is it quiets down the association centers, the thinking centers. It quiets down the motor centers. You don't want to move, you could still. It quiets down the emotional centers. And the only thing that's real is the thought. And when we capture that thought in the frontal lobe, when the frontal lobe captures it as we hold that thought there, what happens is the rest of the neurons in the brain will pattern and make circuits to capture that thought and reflect it as a footprint of whatever we're focusing on. And when we make new circuits in our brain, by the way, do you think that we'll perceive things that maybe already existed, but we never really saw? Do you think that's possible? Do you think that the person who lives practicing being a victim every day gets good at it? Turn that on automatically. Is it natural and second nature? And how will they perceive their world based on how they're wired? So if you made new circuits in your brain, do you think you may process or see things in your reality different because now you're wired to see them? Do you accept that? So if I put up a picture of a Monet on the screen up here, and I said to you, isn't that a beautiful picture of what Monet painted? You guys would all say, oh yeah, that's beautiful. And then I took the picture down and I said, did you guys know anything about Monet? Do you know that he spent 44 years of his life teaching himself how to see things differently? So many people have so many interesting definitions about what they think love is. Some people have it in terms of need, some people have it in terms of sexuality, some people have it in terms of control and dominance and success, and those are different experiences that really don't lead to this concept called love. And so my theory in a relationship, I was in Australia for 3 weeks, and I was on all these television shows and all these radio shows, and by the end of this tour, I was at the Establishment Hotel in Sydney, and I was sitting with a CNN reporter, an attractive woman. And she said, "How come I can't create the relationship that I want?" And I said, "Let me ask you a question. Would you go out with you?" Which is really the fundamental question. So I have a couple of theories about relationships that I think are really important. First of all, I will never work in a relationship, and I don't think anybody should work in a relationship. I think if you're working in a relationship, something is not clicking, something is not right. But if you bring your best, and the person that you're with brings their best, and you celebrate your life together, then there's constructive interference, there's growth, there's energy. If you're not at your best and you show up, more than likely you're going to pick someone or something apart. And it's better that you remove yourself for a period of time and get back into your heart and present yourself at your best. And so if you're not there and you need a mirror or a reflection, then it's good to ask, am I missing something? Am I not seeing myself in some way? And then there's a healthy conversation when you invite it. But if you're not invited to contribute your opinion, then it's better off that you don't. So people always say, I want a loving relationship, but what they really want is happiness. We do these meditations to create love in our lives, and it could be love in familial relationships with your siblings. It could be with your parents. It could be with your friends, or it could be with a significant other. If thoughts are the electrical charge in the quantum field, and feelings are the magnetic charge in the quantum field, and how you think and how you feel broadcasts an electromagnetic signature that influences every single atom in your life. Can you believe in a future that you can't see or experience with your senses yet, but you've thought about enough times in your mind that your brain is literally changed to look like the event has already occurred? The latest research in neuroscience says you can change your brain from living in the past to living in the future. And can you fall in love with that vision to such a degree that you come out of your resting state and change guilt or suffering into inspiration and joy and gratitude? To such a degree that your body, as the unconscious mind, does not know the difference between that external event and what you're creating internally, so that your body believes it's living in that future in the present moment. And you begin to signal new genes in new ways to change your body to look like the event has already occurred. The latest research in epigenetics says you can change your body by thought alone. Now reason this with me. If there's physical evidence in your brain and body to look like the event has already occurred, your brain and body are no longer living in the past, they're living in the future. And you will walk right into your vision, something new you wanted to experience. And the moment you started thinking about, if you stick to your old habits and memories, you'll just keep creating the same future. Your body holds your unconscious mind. Many people prefer the comfort of what's familiar rather than risking something new. So, when people say they don't see how their thoughts affect their future, it's because 95% of those thoughts are automatic. You don't even realize you're having them. The first step to change is to start noticing what you're thinking and then changing it. When you begin to observe your thoughts, you're no longer just a part of the program. You are now aware and observing yourself. This shift is crucial. Once you're aware, you need to stay conscious and avoid slipping back into old patterns. It requires a lot of awareness and energy. If you don't raise your energy levels, you'll fall back into old habits. As you become more aware of these automatic thoughts, you'll catch them more often. Research shows you can even start sensing thoughts before they fully form. The key is to regularly experience feelings like gratitude, wholeness, abundance, and freedom. If you do this every day, you'll start to feel like your desired future has already happened, rather than waiting for it to arrive. When you're connected to the past, you're always searching for the future. But when you embody the future you want, you change your energy. No one changes until their energy changes, and changing your energy changes your life. You'll start to feel like your future is already here. By maintaining this new mindset and emotional state throughout the day, regardless of external circumstances, you'll start to notice unexpected opportunities and coincidences appearing in your life. When people ask me why I meditate every morning, I say it's because if I can overcome my old self in the morning, the rest of the day is easier. Mastering yourself means mastering your life. During meditation, the default chatter in your brain, called the default mode network, shuts off not just during the session but for the rest of the day. This helps you stay focused and trust yourself more. As you practice creating harmony between your brain and heart, you'll believe in a future you can't yet see or experience. Your brain will start to act as if your goals have already been achieved, making it easier to reach them. Repeatedly visualizing and experiencing this future helps rewire your brain to align with your goals. Eventually, this new way of thinking becomes a habit. You'll start acting happier because you've installed new neural pathways. When you face challenges and push through, you'll become more kind, loving, patient, and present. You'll be mastering time, not stuck in the past or future. If you focus all your energy on the present moment, you'll have the power to achieve amazing things. Take time each day to disconnect from your daily routine and invest in yourself. Believing in yourself opens up new possibilities. When you have a strong will and push through challenges, you'll start to feel happier without needing anything external.